Hey everybody, it's your old pal Wood Doofus here. Today I went to a new hardwood store that I haven't been to before, and I picked up 3 long pieces of ash. Now all 3 of these pieces are over 12 feet long, and it turns out they are rough sawn on all 4 sides. So I don't have a flat side to reference and send it through the planer and get the other side flat. The other thing I would need to do is true up the edges, which is a whole different story. Now the ideal situation is to have an expensive joiner that will take care of both the face and the edge and get all 4 sides true and square and surfaced that way. But I do not have a joiner. I do have a planer. The problem is I can't send a rough sawn board through the planer and expect that top side to get perfectly surfaced, because that top side will be referencing the bottom side, which is not surfaced either. So you'll end up with a smooth surface, but it'll match the contours of the bottom surface. Now you may have watched videos on YouTube where somebody made a planer sled in order to go around the need for a joiner, but they usually use small stock sections that are easy to make a sled for. All of my boards are over 12 feet, and I need them to be that long because I'm making a 12-foot top for a cabinet. So the problem I'm having is trying to figure out how to make a sled that covers all 12 plus feet of each of these boards in order to surface the one side to create a reference to surface the other side. Alright, so what I got here is 12-inch boards that are cut out of plywood, so they're each 8 feet long, and I have to butt them up against each other in order to cover the full 14 feet of each board. So it was kind of tricky, but I was able to push it through and then just kind of slide the next one up underneath it, and it actually worked out in that it didn't create any divots where the 2 boards met up on the planing board. So I like the way it worked out. Here comes another angle here, a close-up angle. You can see the first board, and I put my piece on top of it, slide it through, referencing the bottom, and I got the other one ready underneath, and I pop it right in and let it keep going, and it worked out all right. Okay, I'm beat. But let's look at the difference between a surface side and a rough sawn side. I think it's pretty obvious already that this is in much better shape than this one. But that's fine. That's fine. They can sell it like that. And you can even come in on the weekday and have them surface it for you, which might be worth it because that was a lot of work. This particular board right here, I had to do at least 10 passes. I don't know how many, I lost count. But what was going on was only half of the board was getting planed for the first half of the runs. And what that means is that half of the board was a little bit thicker than the other half. That means that if I did not use the sled system, that difference in thickness would stay. The board might have got smooth, but it would be thicker on one half than it would be on the other half, which would basically ruin my countertop that I need to build with this stuff. Okay, I believe I got all 3 boards surfaced on one side to a reasonable degree anyway. You can see there's a little bit there, but that's going to be okay. I reversed my strategy for surfacing the other side because I want to have a more level outfeed, so that will minimize any problems with snipe and things like that. Oh yeah, so I need to make sure I don't do these one at a time now, because I want all 3 pieces to be equal thickness since they're going to be put together to make a countertop. So I have to do one after the other until they become consistent thicknesses. Right now they are most likely not even close to being consistent to each other. The other thing I would point out is that the snipe on this system is a little extreme, so luckily these are longer than I need. I need 12 feet, and all of these are at least 13 feet. And that means I can probably cut off any snipe that occurred. And like I say, there's always snipe on this planer, but it's a little bit worse with this. And that might have to do with the fact that I'm going down my driveway, which has a vicious slope. No matter all of these different things I got to try and even it out, level it out, didn't work. So that might have something to do with the extremeness of this snipe. The last thing is my dust collection. Now you don't have to use dust collection, but that would mean it'd be spitting out a massive amount of shavings into my driveway if I didn't. And just on the one side of a 12-foot board, I filled this 5-gallon bucket up twice. So there's tons of shavings, and always be aware of that and count on it. Well, I'm not going to lie to you, but surfacing both sides of these 3 boards took me all of my Saturday. So if you think about doing this kind of thing, maybe you should think about paying somebody to do it at the lumber yard. I think if I have this to do again, I will just wait until I can pay somebody to surface these boards for me, because it would be well worth it. And I haven't even jointed the edges yet, and that's going to have to be tomorrow.